Good morning. Welcome to this August 5th Board of Commissioners meeting. First item is public comment. Do I have anyone here that would like to speak that's not on the agenda? Yes. Good morning.
Good morning.
This is great. I thought public comment would be at the end, so.
No, we do it at the beginning. So.
Yeah. Oh, can I bring this down?
Yeah, you
Okay.
can bring it down. Just state your name for us, please.
Okay, sorry. Well, this is as good as it's got, I get. My name's Caitlin Greeno. I have an affidavit to read into the record. Your office received 12 of these last Wednesday, so I'm just here to read this into the record. Affidavit of exercise of authority not granted to government concerning proposed commerce and trespass of people's right to regulate internal government for the people's benefit. Notice to agent is notice to principal, and notice to principal is notice to agent. Please take notice that this is in reference to Area Board of Zoning Appeals, application number CC 2025-0013, docket number 0525SE, and Area Board of Zoning Appeals, application number CC 2025-00134, docket number 0625VA, relating to a proposed cell tower located at 615 Wyandotte Road, Mulberry, Indiana. Affiant, Caitlin Greeno, one of the people, as seen in the Indiana Constitution, Article 1, Section 1, Republican in form, sui juris, that means I'm coming by right, do serve you, Andy Bailey, Grant Moeller, Stacy Pedigo, Scott Hetzensberger, Chester Bankus, Clinton County Board of Zoning Appeals, this affidavit in this court of record to make the following claims that you and your agents may provide immediate due care. So the reason that I'm reading this here is because, according to the county website, you guys appoint 3 of those zoning board members. So you guys have delegated some of your responsibilities to them, to the appointed boards. So that's why I'm reading this into the commissioners meeting. Affiant claims that government only has granted powers over the subject matter in constitutions and that all other powers remain with the people. Government cannot create powers outside of granted powers by people in constitutions, not even through any rulemaking or enacted legislation. Furthermore, people are gifted from God with unlimited, unquestionable, and particular rights which cannot be taken away. The right to assemble for the common good, peace, safety, and welfare, and to regulate their internal government is one of the reserved and guaranteed common law rights of the people. These rights are secured in the highest law, being all 50 state constitutions and the Constitution of the United States of America, such rights being reserved to the people and accepted out or set apart from government. Use of authority by government not granted in constitutions, such as the identification of authorized uses of property the government believes will benefit the people, is a trespass of my rights and an injury. This is a common law action, and Affiant claims that all trustees in government have a fiduciary responsibility to protect my property, life, liberty, interests, and pursuit of happiness, including the right to regulate the internal government for the people's benefit. Indiana Constitution, Article 1, Section 1, Inherent Rights. We declare that all people are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain inalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, and that all power is inherent in the people, and that all free governments are and of right ought to be founded on their authority. Missouri Constitution, Article 1, Section 3, that the people have the inherent, sole, and exclusive right to regulate the internal government. Constitution of the United States of America, Article 4, Section 2, the citizens of each state shall be entitled to all privileges and immunities of citizens in the several states. So that's put in case you guys are wondering why I'm quoting Missouri Constitution, because in our U.S. Constitution, the citizens are entitled to all privileges and immunities of the citizens in the several states. Affiant claims that people created government for their own benefit and that government was granted the power to regulate commerce to benefit the people. The government's power to regulate commerce can never be used to smuggle in government powers not granted in constitutions, nor to bypass or violate the guaranteed rights of the people. And Affiant demands that evidence be shown that government has the power to identify authorized uses of property or to use any power not granted by people in constitutions. Failure to show this evidence means that government does not have power to identify authorized uses of property or to use any power not granted by people in constitutions, and Affiant demands that evidence be shown that government can smuggle in its belief of what will benefit the people over the right of the people to regulate its internal government for the same purposes. Failure to show this evidence means that government cannot smuggle in its belief of what will benefit the people over the right of the people to regulate its internal government for the same purpose, and Affiant claims that constitutions are the supreme law of the land, controlling and limiting the powers of any government, and that any statute, code, rule, ordinance, etc. is inferior, and when not in pursuant to constitutions is void. Please take notice that in Black's Law Dictionary, first edition, Constitution is defined as the absolute rule of action and decision for all departments and officers of government, and in opposition to which any act or ordinance of any such department or officer is null and void. And in 1828 Webster's Dictionary, Constitution is defined in free states being paramount to statutes or laws enacted by legislatures, limiting and controlling their powers. So those definitions are put in there because we want to know what the meaning of those words were at the time of the Constitution being written. The 1828 Webster Dictionary was authored by Noah Webster, who was a founding father. Marbury versus Madison, 1803, the people have an original right to establish for their future government such principles as shall most conduce to their own happiness and the basis of which the whole American fabric has been erected. The principles so established are deemed fundamental, and they are designed to be permanent. In declaring what shall be the supreme law of the land, the Constitution itself is first mentioned, and not the laws of the United States generally, but those only which shall be made in pursuance of Constitution have that rank. The particular phraseology of the Constitution confirms and strengthens the principle, supposed to be essential to all written constitutions, that a law repugnant to the Constitution is void, and that courts as well as other departments are bound by that instrument. Affiant claims, my rights are unconditional and can never be deprived or restricted, and that the deprivation of rights, including the right to regulate the internal government for the people's benefit, is an injury and a burden and may be punished. Maxim of law, it would be idle and trite to say that no right is absolute. Maxim of law, law is a rule of right, and whatever is contrary to the rule of right is an injury. Maxim of law, punishment is due if the words of an oath be false. Therefore, my order and demand of remedy is that you and your agency cease and desist all activity related to the proposed commerce of a cell tower at 615 Wyandotte Road, Mulberry, Indiana. Maxim of law, remedies are the rights of life. Please take final notice that if you disagree with any of the above claims, rebut by sworn affidavit under penalty of perjury point by point to the affiant's address below within 5 days, or you agree by tacit acquiescence that all is truth and law and shall ever remain a part of this court of record and shall be heard by an arbitrator of my choice, and that you are acting with full knowledge, intent, and malice against one of the people. You also agree the matter is forever settled. All responses not sworn under penalty of perjury are considered non-responses, and agents or attorneys under contract who suppress this affidavit agree to pay the affiant $100,000. Furthermore, continued exercise of authority not granted in constitutions or violation of affiant's rights will incur a fee of $500,000 per infraction upon receipt of this affidavit. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. Any other public comment? Wonderful. We'll move on to our presenters. First up, we have our assessor, Jada Ray, with a Beacon update.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
So did you all receive through the email by chance the information?
Yep.
Pretty much what I'm requesting from the commissioners, and then I'll also present next week at the council meeting, is just an upgrade to the current package that we have through Schneider for our Beacon website. The additional upgrade to the package adds on several functionalities that I think would be really beneficial not only to taxpayers, but our office, and possibly some other offices could join in with us. I listed a few in the email for you. We would have the ability for appeals to be filed through Beacon, which a lot of our taxpayers, when they come in to do the appeals process, have already been on Beacon, looked. We can pull comparables. We can show sales data. There'll be there's a place where you can upload forms, where people can file forms through the office, heritage barn deductions, combined sheet requests, destroyed forms. You have the option to choose any of those, customized. So there's several different pieces that would could be added to it.
Those are part of this upgrade, though?
Yeah,
Those pieces,
all those
okay.
pieces additional
Yep.
would be the upgraded package. It looks like there's a one-time fee to set it up. It looks like $15,143. They would prorate, obviously, since we wouldn't start till maybe, September, October, they would prorate the difference. Most of that is already our current, like the annual fee after we are already paying for our maintenance fee, and the additional cost I can already cover from my existing budget. So there's no additional I won't have to request any money. I can do it all within the additional budget that it is for the remaining support year after is $10,267 a year.
Okay.
So that's just what I wanted to give you a heads up and see about maybe pre-approval, or if you want me to come back after I've talked to the council, however you guys want to do that. If you are okay with that.
I think we can approve it today if
Yeah.
we get the motion, unless there's some other questions or
I
concerns.
have none, but I'll make the motion that we go forward with the approval of the purchase of the upgrade.
No, I'll second. There's money in the budget, so.
Okay, all right, motion carries 3-0. We'll get that.
Thank you.
Maybe what we'll do is, you can go to council, and then since we've already approved it, and then we'll just sign it after that,
Okay.
if that works. So, okay, thank you. Next up is Brett Barton, the vehicle purchase request.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Last month, my board and DOC approved us to replace our oldest vehicle, and I'm here for county ordinance to get your approval also on that. We'll be using our CTP funds to pay for that.
Okay, what are you getting, Brett?
He picked out a Kia. Don't know the model on that.
Gotcha, okay, all right. Yeah, the funding's in place, I have no problem, so then we now can add it to the insurance policy. So we have a motion to approve.
So move.
All right.
Second.
All right, motion carries 3-0.
Very
Thank
much.
you. Next, we have Melissa Osler with the service agreement.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm presenting service agreement between Purdue University and Clinton County Health Department. This is completing and putting into action the grants we earlier discussed. It is a $4,620 payment to Purdue, which therefore funds Purdue Extension Office for the provision of multiple education classes coming up in nutrition. First one starts tomorrow, called Matter of Balance, Be Heart Smart, and Dining with Diabetes. Or actually, I think tomorrow is Food as Wellness or Food as Medicine. So these are free to the public to participate in. They are currently sponsored at the library. Karen has everything together. Karen Crum does through their extension office. And this is literally just their agreement for me to give them money.
Okay, all right.
Do I have permission to sign off on that?
Do we have a motion?
Motion to approve.
Okay.
Second.
All right,
Thank you very
motion carries
much.
3-0, and this is a little unique because it's the funds through your department. So, yeah, I
Yes.
think this process of asking, but you guys can sign
Okay,
for it.
great,
So
thank you.
That should be good. Okay, I don't see Liz here, so we'll move on to Rick Campbell with a highway update.
We really don't have anything. Reef Riley got gas line paved, they sidewinded, put stone on one side yesterday, they're going back this morning doing the other side, and they will start paving on Mulberry Jefferson Blacktop. We've been still trying to haul a little bit of stone in so we can make some pug. We got our new paver. I need to get some guys cut loose so they can practice with it a little bit, and that's basically it. We've been doing some mowing and some brush mowing, using our new brush mower.
Okay,
All right.
thanks.
All right, thanks, Rick.
Thanks, Rick.
All right, we have one item under old business, that's Paul Philippi quarterly report. As we do this every quarter, it's the local match to sign off on the funding for the Section 5311 Rural Transit Grant. So do we have a motion to approve that? The local match is $115,096.
Motion to approve that.
Second.
Motion carries 3-0. We have one item under new business, and we have two quotes for the annual, the Annex Fire Alarm Panel Monitoring. We have one from Lucas Fire and Safety, and then Cottage Watchman. The upfront cost for Cottage Watchman's $990, and then $835 from Lucas Fire and Safety. And then the annual monitoring is about 445 for Lucas and 540 for Cottage Watchman. Do we have a motion one way or another? I know we utilize both of these, but we utilize Lucas for all of our fire extinguisher maintenance and such, and he's local, so I guess if you,
Yeah.
that would be my recommendation, plus it's the lower bid.
Yeah,
I'll make that motion for go with Lucas Fire and
and I'll
Safety.
second that.
Okay, motion carries 3-0 to work with Lucas Fire and Safety LLC on the annex fire alarm panel monitoring. Department heads.
Liz
Go ahead.
Liz got here.
Good morning.
Commissioners. Here to request to fill the opening adult probation officer position that opened when Nancy retired. I moved into the chief position, so it would have been my role. I think I'm to a place now that I'm ready to move forward with getting that filled for us. And don't know what else you need from me.
Any changes to job
Nope,
description? Nope.
not a
Okay.
thing.
All right. Any questions or?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion carries 3-0.
Thank you
Good
very
to go.
much.
Yep. Anyone else? Yep. We got 3, so we'll go front to back.
There you go. Melissa Osler for the Health Department. Vaccines full swing. This is obviously back to school time, so we did issue letters to any of the student parents that have been noted by the school to be in need of the state-required vaccines for entering public schools. So those have all gone out. That's keeping us busy. Also have met with our EMA interim director as well, so thank you, Renee. Working on collaboration of emergency preparedness. They are 2 different entities. We at one point tried to decide if that was something we could figure out how to mesh them completely together, but a public health emergency, things that the health department is preparing for is different than our EMA scope. And so really we work in collaboration with each other. We came up with really 4 different goals. That was rebuilding and strengthening our relationships. Fall project coming up to get upstairs and get through all of those items that need to be reviewed and managed, winterizing, and making sure we're having equipment care ongoing, and then also just asset management. So I'm trying to prepare for the PEF grant that will come probably in September for us, making sure that we look at that in a new way on how, instead of creating another position, we can use that opportunity to serve Clinton County with those funds. Next item was issuing letters to schools to help walk them through Indiana Code, I think it's 164610, if I remember right, the recent upgrades to a lot of what we are allowed to fund and what we are not allowed to fund. And one of those restrictions is on tobacco cessation. Although if schools request our services for that assistance, in that caveat, we can. So making sure that schools know how to make that request to us and get connected with their school programs to ensure that we are decreasing. Vaping is obviously the high concern when it comes to cessation programs at school levels. Even our middle schools are found with vapes. If you have not seen the Not in My Room trailer, please take an opportunity. You would never recognize all the different forms that vape take. It could be an ink pen. It could be a thing that looks like a USB stick that goes in the side of a computer. There are lots of ways that our kids are being targeted. Absolutely. So that's a great service. Healthy Communities is one of our ways of helping address that. So anyways, getting that letter out to the schools and connecting with them. Working on a Board of Health Budget Subcommittee that will be meeting in the near future. More to come on that. And then also the upcoming community baby shower is September the 4th. And so if you need any information on that, please reach out to Healthy Communities. But I think they have over 75 moms signed up already. So a great service to offer.
Yeah.
And I will just support Jada on the beacon. We use that very heavily in the health department for all of our septic and property issues. Thank you.
Great, thanks.
I never thought about that.
Renee. Good morning.
Start out with EMA. First off, I have to tell you a big thank you. Stephen's not here, and I've already told him, but I wanted you to know as well. He has been a huge help with me. Like, of course, I'm still going through all of our assets and things. And, as an example, we have trailers that have been at the back of our property. He moved those up front in front of our office. They're out of sight, out of mind if they're at the back. I want them up front so that we know what we've got, it's in front of us if anything comes up. So I very much appreciated Stephen's help with that. But as we were like a week before the hot dog festival, as you know, back during COVID, EMA and Health Department purchased a trailer out there. It's not been used since COVID. Let's get these things out. Let's use them. We need to use them. And so it was a lot. I had never stepped into that trailer until the week before. And of course, I knew nothing about setting it up. But it was a lot of people. Stephen brought it up here. We used it for EMS and the police department. We had it on the ramp out here for the hot dog festival as kind of a staging area. The guys could come in, any of them could come in. They could bring a patient in if they needed to, or police come in and cool off. But that was, I can't thank Stephen enough. I had to call Rodney because Rodney was probably the only one that was around that used it before. The police department, the light plant helped. Like, it was just a big, I hope now at the end of, once we get kind of summer over with, I want to contact the company. There's several of us that need to be trained on that trailer. Because again, we need to know how to use it when it's time. So a big help. Terry brought the book up to me up there, a big book about the trailer. I knew nothing about it, and I'm not ashamed to say I don't know something. So I just wanted to let you know that I appreciated all the help that we had for that.
So did you read the book?
I did not, but we went through. Chris even came. Tim wasn't available that day. Like, Chris came up. He's Mr. Tech Savvy. Like, he was up here with his laptop trying to get things going. So it was just a big, big day that day. So I very much appreciated all the help, and that's what it's all about too, is partnerships and continuing to grow that. Like Melissa said, we had a good meeting, and so looking forward to working with them. Dispatch side of things, Chris was in Johnson County all last week taking the CMCP class, which is something I did back in 2019. It is center manager certification program, and it's huge. It was sponsored by the Indiana Statewide 911 Board, and it's a big deal to complete that, and he did complete that, and I'm very proud of him, and talked to him yesterday, and it was a worthwhile class. And then tonight, dispatch, we're going to be at the National Night Out and participating and handing out things there with the police department, and I think that's it, unless you have anything else for me.
No? No. Thank you for that.
So, okay,
Thank you,
thanks.
Renee.
All right, Liz.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I apologize for running a little late this morning.
All right.
I do have 2 items for you guys this morning. The first one is the house up on 26 that we had cited for unsafe conditions and previously had placed, I believe, a $100 fine on. That is down and fully compliant. Mr. Wellham, the owner, he's requesting, now that he's complied and Kat's verified that, if you would be willing to waive that $100 fine, or if you want us to go ahead. At this point, we've sent it to him as a bill. It's ready to send to Tom to place as a tax lien. So he asked us to ask. I'm asking. Depending on what you decide, either we'll send it to Tom and put it as a tax lien and let him know that's just the way of it, or we can, it's administrative at this point, not through the courts yet, so if you wish to waive it, it's easy to do.
I'm okay waiving it,
I
because
am
this
too.
is one of the rare ones that actually,
Done.
They totally complied.
Yeah,
with everything,
complied in
so
a-
I'll make a motion to
Fair.
waive the fine.
okay.
Second.
Motion carries 3-0.
Perfect. I'm sure Tom will be good with that too. And, the second one on the opposite side is back down on State Road 39. We've got the one that we've discussed that has it's declared unfit due to a lack of a septic, and the rental company that owns it had kind of contacted us, I think maybe a month or 2 ago, about, hey, we're going to get this all compliant. You just waive all our fines. And of course, you noted at that time you weren't willing to discuss waiving anything unless it was compliant.
Yeah.
So we're way past all the deadlines, and they've just kind of fallen off the face of the earth from a contact perspective. Kat checked with Nash this morning, actually, and there's still no septic plans on file, no moving forward as far as that goes. So I guess the question is if, I don't remember offhand where you were on fines on this, but if you want to move forward with a condemnation and a posting for 10 days to tear down, or if you want to try to put another set of, I think we fined this maybe 3 times now. I'm trying to remember. I know the last one was larger because it actually got their attorney to call, but there's been no follow-through.
Maximum we could go 1,000.
So anyways, just what your pleasure is on that one.
I'm just asking what the maximum is that we.
2,500 on a third fine.
And where were we at on the, I think we weren't to 2,500
No,
yet.
no.
I don't think so yet. I'm trying to remember what, it seems to me, and I could be wrong. I'm trying to recollect, same as you are. But it seems to me the last time we discussed this one and the one over in Hillisburg, it seems to me like you put 500 on the one in Hillisburg and 1,000 on this one.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't like stake my life on it. I'm just, that's what I seem to recall.
I was thinking it was 750 to 1,000, so, I mean, do you want to go to 2,500?
Might as well do that before we go to condemnation.
Yeah,
Okay,
that sounds,
I'll make that motion.
all right.
I'll second.
2,500.
Okay.
Motion
Well-
carries 3-0.
We'll send the bill and follow up, and then we'll let the one on 26 know that we appreciate their compliance and have waived their fine. So, and that's all I have unless you have something for me.
Do not?
No.
Thank you.
Great, thank you. Anyone else?
Sorry.
Back again.
The coroner and I, yes, yes. So, as you know, the coroner is in with the morgue on the, what would that be, the southeast end of the EMA building.
We have middle bay right now.
Yes, so they are in the middle bay with their vehicle. I have talked to Ed. Bert was out a while back. I think I've talked to Kevin. I don't know if I've talked to Jordan. But I was asking Ed what he thought about them taking over the far east end bay, which would be back to back with the morgue. It would take probably just a doorway, and I am not a construction person whatsoever, but there is block, and I mean, Ed and I have looked at it, like if they could cut a doorway in, Ed would be able to pull his vehicle in on that side, take it right into the morgue, and then that gets them out of the other side of EMA, and then, like if we put another door in, replace the door that's there, and then it just, that whole east end will just be the coroner's office.
Yeah.
And I don't think, I mean, like I said, I'm not a construction person, but I mean, Ed and I have
Shouldn't take
looked
that
at,
much to do that.
no.
I know Jordan, you and I discussed that a few months ago about
Yeah.
putting the door right there. You thought it would be a good idea.
Yeah, so I would say you can work together, get a couple quotes for
Okay.
the work, bring it back to us,
Okay.
and then we can
I just think it would be good for, it would be beneficial for both of us, and then that gets them out of the middle of the
Not
EMA
everybody.
side, and,
Absolutely.
yes, so, and I think it would just be better for them as well, and so, but we have had those discussions,
We
so,
just wanted to get your guys' blessing.
yep,
Go
oh,
ahead and get that.
absolutely.
Yeah,
Close.
get some
Okay.
quotes and bring it
Yeah.
back.
Okay.
And we'll see if we can make that a
Okay.
little more functional for everybody.
sure, okay,
Yeah.
all right, thanks.
Get both the doors, though. Get, the door. that would
Yes.
be your
On the
door.
Yep.
east and then the
Yes.
new door,
Yep. Okay,
Right.
all right, thanks.
or west, sorry.
Yes.
Directionally challenged there. Okay, any other department heads? Morning, Amy.
Morning. Amy Webster, Extension Office. We're in a little bit of issue with janitor. Our janitor, Grace, resigned kind of effective immediately last week. She got a job with the schools. Great for her, bad for us. In the meantime, the Learning Network has let us know that their operating budget has been cut by 2/3, and they no longer, effective at the end of July, have money in their budget for janitor services. So I'm kind of in a hole right now. I don't have enough money in my budget to support the entire building. So I have sent you a quick email this morning, but I just kind of want to bring this up to you guys I've talked with Marcia of who the health department uses. I guess they also use a contractor. I haven't contacted her yet because I don't know which direction to go. Like, should I just look at I'm stuck.
Yeah.
What, should I just have her come and maybe quote me breaking the building off we're two different entities in the same building. We work together, but yet we are two different businesses their foot traffic is a lot more than our foot traffic. But we do need to clean restrooms in general. In the meantime, I am going to go around to everybody get your trash out on your own kind of thing. We got to get through this for a little while, but their classes do start this week. So our foot traffic's going to go way up again. So we're just to put that on your plate that we're kind of in a hole again. So
Let us discuss.
Okay.
I'll get back to you.
that sounds great.
Give us a little
Yep.
time here. We'll
Thank
get a
you
couple
much.
things. Okay, thank you. Anyone else? Okay, seeing none. Move on, commissioner reports. Commissioner Weaver,
I have nothing to report.
I have.
you have nothing?
Nope.
Okay. I'll make mine quick then. So I believe it's probably been 2 weeks now. I had a community event on behalf of us with Kirkland, met with some of the residents in that area and just had a very good dialogue and discussion about many topics of things in our community. And one of the things that came up from that just through the conversation that I think is important is, we hear all the time of things that we don't want, right? Whether that's from an economic development standpoint. And so I'm asking for a little bit of guidance. Instead of always telling us what you don't want, tell us what you do want, right? So that for us, when I go into any type of economic development meeting, we have a sense of what the community wants rather than driving this bus in a lot of different directions. And so I think Tim's going to try and put it on for YouTube. Our email is commissioners@clintonco.com. So you can send anything that you want to that. We all three get it. I'll read every message. We'll respond back, have a conversation. But that's kind of been the conversations I've had locally here through the fair and then the hot dog festival, just trying to get that feedback. Because as we sit here in these leadership positions and have those conversations, if what I think we want for the community is different than what we're actually hearing, then we need to pivot our whole strategy. And so the only way for us to do that is to hear from you guys on what you actually do want. And so I know, so I'm not a social media person, although sometimes it feels like I am because people love to send me screenshots. So I see what's going on at times, and I think it's very interesting as I get some of these and I hear comments like, we don't want big businesses, and I want what's best for Frankfort and Clinton County, and we need to focus on businesses and development to grow our community and bring them here, and these type of things. Like, that's being done. You may not see it, but it happens. And just for reference, our three largest employers in Clinton County are Frito-Lay, NHK, and Tenneco. I'm sorry, but those are all global businesses. Those aren't small businesses. And what happens is when we have these conversations, because I've had them in regards to 28 and 65, and people are like, nothing's happening. Well, nothing's happening because we're not willing to give away the farm. We meet with 10 prospects, and 9 out of the 10, there is either no second meeting or they ask for these huge abatements, which essentially generates nothing for you as a taxpayer. So this idea that nothing is happening or that we're just sitting here waiting, not being active, that's different. But we have a lot of people, and everybody I respect can have an opinion. But when you're not actually in the position and you don't know what's going on, and then you come out and say all these things that you've never been in a leadership position in your life, you don't understand. And so maybe we need to have a little better dialogue on our part in communicating that, and I'll try and do that. That's what part of these going to the small communities and having this conversation is sharing how things internally work at times. But the point being is, sure, we could have a lot of growth here, and we would give everything away and you would see no benefit other than a building and maybe some jobs. And I don't think anyone wants that. So I guess I say all that in going back to my first point is tell us what you do want so we can get a better idea going forward of what this community is going to look like. Move on to our board business. First up, we have claims from July 18th in the amount of $78,507.64. July 25th in the amount of $3,930.59. August 1st in the amount of $9,047.70. A biweekly from August 5th in the amount of $996,369.96. A court claim from August 1st in the amount of $19,527.59. And a drainage maintenance claim in the amount of $15,353.75.
Motion to approve claims.
All right,
Second.
motion carries 3-0 on claims. Next, we have payroll from July 11th in the amount of $586,004.94.
Motion to approve payroll.
And second.
All right, motion carries 3-0. And lastly, we have our minutes from our previous meeting on July 1st.
So approved.
Second.
All right, carries 3-0. Our next meeting will be August 19th. Is there any other business to come before us? Okay, entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
All right,
Second.
Thank you.
Third.